Hey, what's up? It's SeanBaum, and it's Christmas time. Christmas can be such a wonderful time of the year, and I think for almost everybody, it can also be a very challenging and difficult and stressful time of year. For some, it's sad and depressing. And I want to chat for a few minutes about all of that, because ideally, Christmas is meant to be a wonderful time of year. But I think for so many of us, the way life is, it's actually not the way it's supposed to be. We've lost loved ones, we've lost money, we've lost things, we are alone, we don't have the family or the friends that we used to have, or whatever the case may be. It's different for so many people, and I think everybody, no matter how perfect or even challenging life can be, there are times where either just for a moment or maybe even weeks on end, we think about those things that are sad and depressing for us. But I think too many people sit and dwell on those things, and they give up so much emotional and mental real estate to those things. With that in mind, I wanted to hang out here for a minute with you and talk about this. See, I think it's so easy for us to allow the things that are depressing or challenging or sad to come in and lay residence in our minds. And I believe it'll hold us back. It'll hold me back and you and really, ultimately, the world. I think it's so easy for us to think about the things that we wish were different. I know it's easy for me to wish that my dad were still here to celebrate the holidays. The same for my older brother, both whom have passed. This time of year, every year, I wish I had more money. I wish I lived closer to more families so I could celebrate more easily and more frequently and everything. I know it's easy for me to wish that I didn't live with a debilitating, life-threatening disease. It's easy for me, or I should say, it would be easy for me to sit and think about the way people look at me, the way people judge the way I walk or move or sometimes even talk. To think about the way I'm approached before I even get to a bar and they tell me I can't come in, or perhaps if I make it in, they ask me to leave before I even make it to the bar to order a drink because of a disease I have. It would be easy for me to think about the friends and maybe even some of the family I have lost touch with along the way, simply because of the decisions I've made in my life revolving around sexuality and perhaps my belief system and or my faith. It'd be easy for me to think about the things I regret in life. We can't go back in time, we can't change so many things, it's impossible. So we can only affect who we are today and how we live and what we believe today and how things will play out tomorrow and the next day and next week and next month and next year. And with that in mind, I want to encourage you to think about what's yet to come and to begin living, if you're not, begin living for those things. Life is so much greater and can be so much greater than what it was yesterday or last year. See, I believe that no matter what our challenges are, whether they exist because of finances or they exist because of challenge or disease, they exist because of a bad decision you made. No matter what their challenge is and why it exists, I believe so much more and so much better can come out of life tomorrow and the next day and the next day. But it takes a certain mentality. It takes each one of us saying yes to whatever can be. You see, if we allow the sad, depressing, and challenging things to lay in our minds for too long, we lose sight of our destiny. We lose sight of our calling. We lose sight of the impact we can have on our world. I listened to a podcast not too long ago by Entre Leadership. They were interviewing Mike Rowe. He's the host of Dirty Jobs. This isn't an exact quote, but he said something to the effect of, anybody can do a job. We can train anybody to do a specific job. However, we can't train anybody to live out somebody else's calling. We will each have a different way of impacting a world. Whether my life ends tomorrow, next week, next year, or 40 years from now, I will impact my world in a way that nobody else can or will. Because nobody can live my life the way I'm going to. Nobody can live out the calling that I have. Nobody is fulfilling my destiny. We each have a different one and a unique one. And I would hope that during this holiday season, you spend more time thinking about what you can do and what you can be than what won't ever be. Or what used to be. A friend of mine says it often. He asks, what's the smile of your soul? And if we're living and doing and being the things that make our soul smile, then we're probably on the right track in life. If for whatever reason our soul isn't smiling, chances are something may need to be adjusted. I would encourage you to think about that. Is your soul smiling with the efforts you're putting into life? Or do you find your soul more somber-faced or sad than you want it to be? Think about the good things that exist in your life. Think about the calling that's on you. Think about your destiny. And how only you can live out your life the way you are destined to. And begin thinking about who you are. What you want to do and what you can do. Who you want to be. And begin investing mental and physical energy into those things. Because remember, nobody can live out your life the way you can. And nobody can impact the world the way you can. Big or small, we all have a destiny. And we all have a way of impacting the world. Find the things that make your soul smile. Find the determinants that you need to live beyond the circumstances in your life, no matter what they are. Anybody can do your job, but nobody can live out your calling. I'm SeanBaum, and I hope you have a great holiday season. Thanks for listening. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll watch more. See you later.